welcome everyone to an exciting new episode of our series, where today we are diving into the cutting-edge world of digital twins and the transformating impact on the sports. I'm Mike Glier, the Zetly founder, your host for today, and I'm thrilled to guide you through the episode Tech Touchdown, Building a Winning Digital Twin. In today's episode, we will explore how the digital twins are not just redefining the game behind the scenes, but also how they will change the way fans experience sports. So to unpack this fascinating topic, we brought you together with two exceptional minds. First, we have Maurizio Barberi. Maurizio, very nice to... How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Maurizio has very impressive career in sports marketing, has made significant waves across this whole industry. Maurizio always, guys, been interested in sports and new technology. Former serves as a director of the digital media and production at Infront Italia, which is the biggest sports agency in the world with base headquarters in Switzerland. Now Maurizio is the vice president and the business development in Asia in Tradable Beats. So Maurizio, it's very nice to see you today. So joining Maurizio today is the Robert, the CEO of Transmira, a company at the forefront of digital twin technology. Robert, how you doing today? It's very nice to see you again, bro.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right, guys. So Robert, as you already know from our first episode, is the visionary leadership at the Transmira, which is the leading company in providing the true metaverse platforms, and they will completely change the perceive and interact with the digital environments. So together with our guests today, we will explore the steps involved in the creating of digital twin for sports clubs. We will dive into the fundamentals and we will discuss the challenges and consideration of bringing this technology to life. So without further notes, let's guys kick off of this fascinating discussion and we will see what is the future for the whole sport industry. Robert, because you are the technology leaders in the digital twin, could you explain to all our viewers what the digital twins are and what are they becoming essential in sport technology, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So digital twins are basically one-to-one scale 3D copies of something. It could be something like a car engine, or it could be an entire city or a city planet. So in our case here, what we're mostly talking about is doing 3D recreations of entire stadiums, or arenas or fields or pitches, that you can then explore in a 3D environment using a lot of like game technology. So if you've ever played, Minecraft or Skyrim or Call of Duty or whatever, it's the idea that you can have an avatar, 3D representation of yourself that you can explore these environments within. And then obviously for sports, being able to go and hang out at your favorite team's place is really cool. And then when you start building in other things around it for social interactions, for mini games, for sponsorships or whatever, digital twins and metaverse technology create an interesting environment for team or a club or stadium owners to really engage with users and create new experiences, especially for fans that may not live in the same city.
Right, thank you so much. So let's jump to Maurizio, to our special guest. Maurizio, with your vast experience in sports marketing, I know that the Infront company is the biggest company who always catching the biggest deals. How do you see the digital twin enhancing fan engagement and the overall fan experience?
Well, to follow what Robert just said, the idea is that we all want to go and watch and attend a game in person, but this is something that can happen only a few times a year. If you are in Manchester, maybe you are a season ticket holder, you go there. If you are in Toronto, if you are in Los Angeles, you go to Crypto.com Arena and so on and so forth. But what about the fans that live in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Thailand, in a different part of the world? For them, this is an opportunity that happens very, very rarely, if it happens. Having the idea of a digital place where it exactly replicates the Old Trafford, Crypto.com Arena, and having the opportunity to interact in real time with other fans, wearing your own colors, your own badges, your own scarf. It's kind of mind blowing, right? Because at the end of the day, you only have 17,000 people in Toronto attending a Raptors game, but you have 1 million people that can attend the same game, being at home with the rest of the fans and enjoying exactly the same kind of experience. There's one thing that we all like. Catching a free T-shirt, catching a free piece of merchandise, and so on and so forth. I'm at home, I'm watching it on TV, but I'm missing out on that opportunity. I can afford it. It's not just a matter of finances; it's a matter of time, distance, and so on and so forth. The idea here and now is that I'm the Toronto Raptors, I'm the Los Angeles Rams. Come to SoFi Stadium, be part of one of the 8-9 games that I play at home, and I'm gonna send you a digital replica of that piece of merchandise that I'm shooting into the stands, and I'm going to have you enjoy exactly the experience there. And this is for the fans, and of course, everything else opens up the opportunity to the business opportunities, right? It's extra digital inventory, it's extra activation, extra money for the sponsors. I think that if you are doing your job in the right way, you start looking at what are the packages that I'm selling, and the packages that you are selling digitally, if done properly, are going to be exactly the same value of the one that you are doing physically. That's it. So you need to set up and start considering that you have millions of fans, not at the stadium, but watching that game all at the same time. Do something so that we all feel part of that event like everyone else without missing anything.
All around the world to join the Old Trafford game, it's a process of creating, and that process of creating, it needs to have a consideration of choosing the right technology, or it's simply just simply to prepare the all ideas what it's supposed to be, I mean, inside of this digital twin. So Robert, could you please tell me what are the critical steps in developing a digital twins for a sports club, and what are the unique considerations that each, I mean, stadium owners they have in mind before they will start building that the digital twin?
Um, so there's actually a lot, and I think one of the first steps is you have to have full buy-in from management, the team, the owners, the stadium. It can't just be the marketing team or ticket sales. You have to have everybody involved. Um, this using metaverse tech and digital twins and all these new technologies that are coming out, they're fairly system wide. It's not like you're just going to put up a website. You have to think about it as an internal organizational change or transformation. You've heard digital transformation before, or things like that. So that's the first thing. You have to have everybody buy in and on board. The second thing is you need to have a technology partner that understands all this. I've seen so many people that just go and, oh, we'll just get some web guys, or we'll just get a small studio somewhere that's got some animation experience or something. Okay, great. And you're going to pay a tiny bit amount of money, and you're going to get something that maybe will give you a nice, pretty animation for your marketing materials, and then it's going to flop. So having the right technology partner can help you evaluate a lot of different technologies. Maybe you want to go full high end, photorealistic, AAA quality, Unreal. That's awesome. Or you want to do something light and simple, maybe a little more stylized, easier. It's just web based. That's cool too. You can go either one of those, but you also have to understand things like network scalability. How do you integrate blockchain for security? Where do you leverage IoT and hardware and building management systems if you want to go that way? How do you tie into your ticketing? How do you tie into your marketing? So you need a really good technology partner to work with the team and the owners. and you have to have a plan that's done in stages. This isn't something you just, turn on all at once. You have to have a nice long plan for, and make sure that you have the the best outcomes. There's also some other technical considerations. Even just making the digital twin of a stadium, there are levels. You can go very simple for a nice, quick, easy experience, or you can spend a ton of money and a ton of detail and have everything down to an accuracy of millimeters, so you know where every bolt is and every part of the infrastructure, which by the way is overkill. But that is possible. So yeah, there are some issues like that, but if you've got the right technology partner and you've got full buy-in from an organization, this isn't that difficult, and you can get to an outcome that's going to make everybody happy. But if you've got a single point of failure in there, it's not going to work out well.
Before Maurizio, I will address you with the second question. Just one more thing to Robert. Robert, do you think that the world is ready for this digital twins technology? Because we know that the technology is already existing, it's patented. But do you think that the world of sports, mostly the decision makers, are ready to step in and just creating the business models, the business plans, and find, I don't know, investment for it?
I think some are, and I think maybe more aren't. The fans certainly are. They're eager for this, and I mean, they're almost rabid for it. But I think because it's such a new technology, it's not easy to understand for some people, and it's not easy to make an impactful business decision. So they're willing to experiment or try some things out or test the waters. Um, but yeah, I don't know. This is one of the things where there's so much industry momentum that it's going to break at some point. So I think we're close, but maybe not quite there yet.
Okay,
Maurizio,
thank you so much.
do you think so as well, or different opinion?
Yeah, Maurizio, how about you?
Well, to this point, the fact that there's going to be an inflection point that will make everyone embrace, willing or not, it's going to happen. Look, the bottom line is the sports industry is, and now I don't want to be yelled at by the people that I have to deal with, right? But it's true. It's just the way it is. We have so many examples of situations where you have the tech, you have the data, you have all the information at your disposal, and still you do things the way they used to do. I mean,
Hmm.
Moneyball, the movie, which is a diluted version of Moneyball, the book. I mean, it's it is made by Hollywood, but at the core, it's true. I mean, in the movie, we forget that the A's had an amazing set of three pitchers, right? Zito, Hudson, and was oh my God, now I forgot that Mulder. So these are the guys that carried the 20 win streak for them, not just what Hollywood gave you, but it's difficult to change how things are done. And then all of a sudden, the Red Sox get Theo Epstein. It's like, we are going to do it. We believe, like Robert said, there's full buy-in from the CEO down, from the ownership down. So I think that it's really a matter of embracing it. Nobody wanted to go direct to consumer, for instance, in the broadcasting industry. Now, if you don't have ESPN Plus, you are missing out. You have to have that kind of stuff. And again, baseball was leading the way because MLB.com came out exactly 25 years ago, right? So I think that the technology is there, the data is there. The fans that want something new, they want to be more involved when they are watching something. They are there.
The behaviors are changing of the next
Right,
coming generation. So I
right.
think that is the right time. I mean, the
I
most of the
want to
people.
I want to catch this digital foul ball because I'm not at Dodger Stadium, right? So all these kind of things are there, but I think that from I wouldn't say that it's an operational hurdle, the one that prevents this from being embraced, you know, widely. It's an old school kind of doing business, which is strange to me, because we are talking about clubs that are worth Manchester United $6.02 billion, right? The Lakers $4 billion, the Yankees $5 billion. We are talking about massive corporations that should care about the long-term ramification of their decision on how they treat fans, right? We say that we are losing the younger generations; they have less attention span. Personally, I don't think that is happening. It's just a matter that you know, when I was 15, the only thing that I could do was watching 2 minute highlights on Sunday afternoon, and that's it. Now we have highlights at any when you are 15, you can get all the highlights that you want on your mobile phone. When you are 30, probably you will fall back into a more mature kind of behavior. You will attend the game in person, you will watch something not only at the sports bar, but also at home, and so on and so forth, right? Fans are there, we need that, we want that. I'm talking as a fan now. I think that they are just, you know, is it going to get me fired if I bring this project up to my CEO, and then he gives me the budget, and then I don't get the results that I'm looking for, because maybe there's you know, I give you 12 months to turn this thing around, right? We when you play, you train to do the thing that that you are good at. I mean, even when you see a timeout for the final shot during a basketball game, and the coach draws up a play and so on and so forth, in reality, they are simply picking from a library of plays that the players have already practiced, right? And they're like, okay, now we are going with this, so let's do that. So even from a business perspective, we tend to do always the same thing because we are afraid that it's too early, it's costing too much. But I think that there's so much money now in the sports industry that you should consider not doing these kind of things now. What is going to cost me in the future? One might argue, well, the technology is going to be cheaper, that technology is going to be better. Maybe, probably, I don't know. But the thing is, let's put it this way. Let's say that you have brand X, and you have only 32 NFL teams, and this brand X is going to be approached by all 32 of them. And all of a sudden, one of these 32 is going to come up with a very interesting solution that allows this brand X to be associated to things that go beyond the reach of the stadium. Well, that brand is gone. That brand with $20 million a year, that brand is gone. Let's talk about the naming rights for stadiums. You know, the next cycle is going to be like, sure, Sophie Stadium, but what about this guy in Inglewood, this guy in London, this guy in Auckland, New Zealand, right? Can you get my name also there with the same kind of experience, and so on and so forth? This is going to be the next level of activation. I personally think that we should be bolder, we should be braver, we should try to do things because the industry demands it. And it's not like we don't have the money. We have all the money in the world. We simply need to embrace this and be good at business. If we were in any other line of business, we would be labeled as cowards, as, you know, too cautious. Maybe cowards is too strong of a word, but too cautious, right? No, we want to go to Mars, so let's do this.
Okay, thank you so much, Maurizio. As a business development director in tradable bits in Asia. Could you please just tell me, from the operational, points of view, how the sports clubs or the decision maker of the
Hmm.
sports arenas they can address and come the challenges in the stadium management and the operation? Because we know that this technology can be put in different solution. Our wave, which is provided by Transmira, it's on fun engagement and monetization, but from the other perspective, can you tell us a little bit about the challenges in the stadium managements and the operations, please? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think, well, I'm going to say something very dumb as usual when it comes from me, but sometimes stadiums have a very poor cellular reception. It's difficult to stay in touch with the fans. I was in Seoul during the MLB series between the Pirates and the Dodgers, and after a while, and Seoul is totally covered in 5G, right? But after a while, it was getting difficult to send WhatsApp messages with pictures and short videos because we are all doing this. So I think that there's an infrastructure challenge that sometimes it's difficult to overcome. You need to talk to the operators, you need to talk to the people that put in place the infrastructure, and it's fine. But I think that from an operational standpoint, you also need to train the people that are supporting the audience, right? So by using, I feel like we will get to a point where there's always going to be human interaction with stewards, with people taking you to your seat and so on and so forth. But you will have also the opportunity to engage with some sort of AI-powered device that will help you out. I also, sometimes it gets difficult to activate because of these infrastructure problems. So for a sponsor, it might be difficult to say, okay, let me put up a QR code, or let me put up a way to get in touch with 17,000 people sitting in the stands. And this is for an indoor arena for an NBA team, right? Imagine when you have 85,000 people at Camp Nou, Bernabeu, San Siro. It is tough. Also security, certain areas are, you stay there, you cannot go the other way because you have fans from the opposing sides. But again, I feel that we are doing something when it comes to engaging with the attendance. People in attendance at an event are getting better treated than when I used to go 25 years ago to San Siro. Let's be clear. I think it's a joy to be there. It's great. It's fun. It is safer. I think though that again, once you are able to replicate that, and that's the whole point of a twin experience. Once you are able to replicate that also for the guy that is watching this event, for the person, for the fan that is watching this event from another location, this is going to be a game changer. I truly believe that the first ones that will crack it, and they will be like, I'm gonna go full in. I'm gonna be the new standard for fan engagement. They are going to be the ones that win not the most fans, but the most dollars, for the point that we made earlier. Because all these brands, they are moving there. The brands want these kind of things. It's
Of
on
course,
us
they
to
are
be
looking
able
for the new
to,
experience. For
right.
the
And
clients.
and now I'm plugging tradable bits into this. We've been in the business for 15 years, and in all honesty, I didn't know about this company that is super strong in North America. They brought me in because they want to expand into Asia, and we do an amazing job in engaging fans through on-site activations, social media
Yeah.
activation. We are sort of a SaaS that allows you whether you are sport or entertainment, recording artist, music festival, concert, to engage with your fans in 2 minutes. You can come up with any kind of idea you deploy across the IP that you own, or whatever it is, that the medium that you decide to use, and then you start collecting data so that the product becomes better and you can do even better things, and you can create opportunities for brands to engage, create first party data. That it's all about it's the real gold, right? It's who's doing what, when, how much they buy for how much. So if you combine all three, I don't think that there's only one piece of this equation. There's not only one piece of technology. There's an underlying platform, an underlying piece of tech that will support all these initiatives. And I'm sorry if I say this again with maybe less emphasis, but the people that get it first will reap the biggest benefits.
Let's talk a little bit about the challenges and consideration. Robert, in your opinion, as an industry technology leader, could you please tell me what are, in your opinion, the biggest technological challenges in implementing this digital twin?
So I think the first reaction would be the digital twin itself, like all the tech and scanning and modeling and all that stuff. But that's actually not as hard as you would think. I think what is more difficult, it becomes more of a challenge, is once you've got your digital twin created and it's working on a good platform and you've got all the normal, avatar and account and all that sort of stuff done. I think it's a bit more of a challenge to try to integrate in with other third-party systems that may be, like ticketing, maybe websites, and maybe existing mobile app loyalty points. Um, you have to kind of approach the sports digital twin in this very holistic sort of method that you're going to touch all of these pieces, because at the end of the day you're trying to engage fans on a new level, create new revenue, and other types of streams, but also get more tickets sold, get more sponsors involved, and do more things. So you have to go in and get it integrated with these systems. From a platform perspective, I don't know that there's a standard that everybody uses for everything all the time. So each team, each stadium, each city, each sport is going to have its own, platforms, its legs, its own, building management stuff, its own marketing, its own mobile application. So being able to take all these new technologies and Web3, they're not very, web 2 or web 1. It's like, for example, a lot of people still think that ad banners are a great deal, or two-dimensional pop-ups, or everything is kind of in this flat two-dimensional way to think about data and experiences, or oh my gosh, likes and views are worth money. Like, well, no, not actually. What you want is an activation and an engagement and a transaction. Those are worth money, right? But to do those, you have to bring in these other new technologies. And it's not always easy to take something that's interactive or immersive or multidimensional and cram it into working with your normal, two-dimensional website shop where you're selling, jerseys or something, right? So there are some challenges. It's not impossible, but there are some challenges. And again, this is also why you have to have that system-wide buy-in from everybody, because you have to go through these things and make sure everything is kind of connected well. Going beyond that, there's other things we wouldn't necessarily think about, like scale. It's very easy to get 100 people in the same 3D environment doing the same thing together. That's easy. Anybody can do that. It's a lot harder when you're pulling in people worldwide at the 10,000, 50,000, 200,000, quarter of a million people all trying to hop in and experience your digital twin at the same time. And this is where most I think people miss the point. Where, hey, we worked with somebody, we spent a couple $1 million on a really pretty digital twin of our stadium. It's like, okay, well, cool. I see you've got 8 people running around. Well, we can't handle more than that. I'm like, okay, so how are you actually engaging people beyond the eight? And I'm sure four of those are your marketing team, right? So this is also why your technology partner is important, and also why these things aren't necessarily cheap. So scalability is a huge one. Dealing with multiple languages. If you build a digital twin, part of it is going to be for your fans because they just love it and they're going to eat it up. But the bigger part of it is for your fans worldwide, ones that can't make it to a game necessarily, or they can't travel or whatever. I mean, you're going from this number here, which may be gigantic, to this other number here, which is going to be massive. And in doing that, you have to consider your language. So now I've got to go in and make sure that I can deliver these experiences in multiple languages. Then you've got all kinds of other sorts of issues with hardware. We're talking about immersive technologies, whether it's on a mobile device or on a desktop or a laptop, or maybe you want to go all in with the head mounted display. So you have to have some sort of compatibility there. But that also becomes a slight barrier to kind of get around. So then we introduce yet more technology. There's some new tech out there called pixel streaming. It runs in the cloud. It's a little bit expensive to deploy, but it allows you to take a full immersive 3D, cinema quality experience and stream it or push it to a browser. So your end user, all you need is a laptop, Google Chrome, and an internet connection, and bang, we can give you this engaging, immersive, fan experience, and that opens up your market access tremendously to like literally almost anybody, anywhere, anytime. But again, you have to understand what you're doing. There's some cloud requirements or some technical issues to that, but it's doable. But again, these are things where that you have to view as challenges that are part of your overall plan. Um, so yeah, the challenges, but they're not insurmountable.
Okay, when we're still talking about the challenges, let's pretend, Maurizio, that you are leading and running one of the biggest sports arena. It could be San Siro. You are the CEO of the Milan of Inter, of AC Milan of Inter. You have
Inter,
the
Inter, Inter,
Inter.
Inter.
Okay,
Okay,
Inter.
just to be clear, don't
Okay,
get me there.
the first problem is solved out because you met the right person with the technology, the company Transmira. How you will address to the other decision makers, the sports arena CEOs, what how they supposed to plan this, adopting this, I mean, a digital twin in their company, in the whole, I mean, a sports business. How, if you can just give them a little bit like the step by step, guys, what you're supposed to do once you pick the right partner.
Well, of course, now you put me in a very bad spot because it's really anything that I say can be destroyed without any possibility for a counter for a counter argument. But I think that the idea here is: am I the kind of CEO that says, okay, now I want to get my stadium, the place where I play 19 at home, plus another 4 or 5 Coppa Italia, 4 for sure Champions League, and so on and so forth. So let's say 25, 26 games, right, in front of 80,000 people. Am I the kind of CEO that says it needs to be done right now? Or am I the kind of CEO that says, this is a 10-year plan, I need to take care of my fans now, I need to take care of my fans next year, in 10 years, in 15 years, 20 years. So if I were given the reins of running Inter for one day, I would say we are in for the long run. So we find the right partner. I would say, you tell me what I can do in year 1. You tell me what I can do in year 2. You tell me what I can do in year 3. And it's all building up. And I'm pretty sure that year 4, we are going to have better technology also for the first 2, step 1, 2, and 3. If I want money right away, we shouldn't even be doing it. We would be wasting everybody's time. people will get frustrated. Fans will not are not look. Fans are not dumb. Fans are tired of being treated like pig banks every single year. Give me this, give me that. No, but in reality, because we assume that because we are a sports, we are a football club, and our duty is simply to say we are winning games, we are showing up, we have the best players available, and enjoy. It's not true. Both Robert and I discussed the fact that we have fans at large that will never have the chance to come to San Siro. Give them the opportunity to be there. Maybe not physically, but digitally. It's as good as it gets, and they are going to be grateful to it. They will bring their children as if they were in the real world. So again, I would build, hoping that my board doesn't fire me after 3 years. I would try to build something for the long run, one step at a time, and that's the reason why naming rights for stadiums are sold on a 20-year basis, right? The Toyota Center, the Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles, Crypto Arena, another 10-year deal. So let's use this time to create the opportunity to build a better relationship with the fans, to use technology to our advantage, sorry, and then we hire the right people that are also, from a business side perspective, are able to embrace this, give them the opportunity for a longer sales cycle, right? We are talking about millions of dollars, so it's not something that you close in 3 months. Let's build a plan where we say, okay, I want to be there not in 5 months. I want to be there in 5 years. I know that this is a journey worth taking. Then we'll see what happens. But again, I'm not the Inter CEO, and they are doing great. We just won the championship, so there's.
I saw it. Okay, guys, thank you so much. In my opinion, going back to the summary a little bit, because we are a little bit overwhelming the time. The barriers are not the money, in my opinion. The barriers are not the technology. It's just the barriers are in the decision maker minds when they're supposed to choose. Let's move forward and be what the next generation are expecting to have it as for the fun experience and the fun engagement perspective. So Maurizio, the last questions to you. In your experience, what are the standout examples of the digital twins making a real difference in the sports marketing or in fun engagement?
Okay, this is really a loaded question because, and I'm happy to take it on. It's not a problem. I think that anything that gives me the opportunity to have a glimpse from a digital perspective of what is happening, it's great. Now, the MLB.com game day statecast, yes, is for me. It's not necessarily a 100% one-to-one scale digital twin, but it gives me the opportunity to follow any at bat as if I were there, whether from the catcher's perspective, whether from the pitcher's perspective, whether from the first baseline or the third baseline. That's fantastic. They've been innovating from year one. I think that what SoFi and the new Atlanta Braves stadium have done is amazing. I do now, whether it's making a difference, and now again, I cannot argue this, but whether they are really making a difference or not with the bottom line, meaning are we bringing more money? Is this? I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. If I were a fan, I would be happy to do that, to be the first one to do something like this. And because my team is doing this, is giving me more opportunity to be engaged. I do hope that there will be more opportunities to do that. anything that gives a better fun experience is great. I think that I would say that these are the examples that I like. Whether it's just from an aesthetic PR perspective, look at us, come and visit the stadium that you will never be able to do, or giving me a bunch of information that a telecast would never be able to give me because it's limited. These are the things, and I'm pretty sure that from a business perspective, MLB is doing fantastic in this thing. And Robert, I don't want to jinx myself, but if I were to guess which sports entity will be able to reach consistent delivery of great product and scale, I would say that it would be MLB, because they are doing that every single time. They are innovating every single year. And after them, the NBA, the latest product for mobile and for smart TV is amazing, a totally different leap forward compared to what we had last year. Mm-hmm. I do see this really paving the way. And because the European, the non-American sport business will follow them, I see, I don't know, the likes of Manchester City Football Group, PSG, maybe Liverpool will do something similar. Maybe even the IPL for cricket in India.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for your insights in today's episode. I think that we have to go to the end. So I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Robert and Maurizio, of course, for your contribution to our discussion. To all our viewers, please make sure to subscribe our channel and stay tuned and continue with us, because we just beginning our journey through the digital twin in the sport industry. So once again, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of our series. So thank you, Robert, and thank you, Maurizio, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks.